Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You thought was your friend?
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do.
Tell you something, your lawyers are about to have a whole lot to handle. I told you once and I'm gonna tell you again, I'm not one of these new bitches to doing this, baby. I'm 14 years in, been sued by some of the best.
All right, baddies, buckle up, because we need to talk about Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva. And baby, this one is messy. I want to support Tamar. I really do. But supporting her sometimes feels like running a marathon uphill in heels. Exhausting. And a lot of that exhaustion comes from the fact that she allegedly keeps playing in people's faces with stories that just don't add up. S.O. Here's the situation. Tamar and Funky have been going back and forth publicly, and at first, nobody really knew who was telling the truth. But then Funky started pulling out receipts like he was clocked in at CVS, and that's when things really started to unravel. Fast forward to recently. Tamar decides to lawyer up. She releases a statement saying the rumors are affecting her, affecting other families. Yes, families plural, and that people online have been cruel and hurtful. She basically said if Funky keeps talking, someone is going to have to take responsibility, and she may pursue legal action. Let's be clear. That was a legal threat wrapped in a woe is me bow, but Funky, completely unmoved. He clapped back and said she's going to need to do a lot more than that to scare him. He made it very clear he's not afraid of a lawsuit and actually welcomes it. Like, bring it on energy. Now, let's rewind to where all this started. One day, Tamar posts something absolutely shocking. She says she woke up in a literal pool of blood, missing teeth, with no memory of how it happened. Terrifying, right? But here's the issue. The night before, she was with Funky, so naturally, the internet did what it does and immediately started pointing fingers at him. People flooded his comments and DMs, accusing him of being involved. And Tamar said absolutely nothing to clear his name. Not once. Funky even asked her publicly to defend him, and she didn't. Meanwhile, she's posting cryptic messages, hinting that she almost died, that she needed surgery, making it seem like something truly insane went down. Funky repeatedly said he had nothing to do with whatever happened to her. But Tamar kept acting like his involvement, or lack of it, was irrelevant. She stayed vague, throwing shade, like this was all some kind of performance art. Eventually, Funky issued multiple warnings. He told her, either defend me, or I'm going to tell what I know. He made it clear he wasn't backing down, and that the receipts were ready. Did Tamar listen? Absolutely not. Months later, Tamar goes on a morning hustle with Laurel and brings the whole thing back up. Nobody asked her to, but she did it anyway. She implied Funky was an ungrateful friend, painted herself as a victim, and then said she didn't even know Mendeecees personally. Yes, that Mendeecees, Yandy's husband, the same man she literally did a music video with.
Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me, okay? All of that, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up, I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all.
Fans immediately started warning her like, girl, Funky is not going to like this. And they were right. As soon as Funky heard that interview, he lost it. He went live and basically said, oh, you want to play? Let's play.
I want to know what all the hell going on. I want to know what's going on too, bitch, okay? The lady got on the internet and said she almost died. Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get to the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady.
Funky revealed that Tamar left the club that night with a male friend who looked more than ready to take care of her. And who was that friend? Mendeecees, Yandy's husband.
I want him to tell his own story. You know, I don't really like telling people's story. You should ask Mendeecees.
According to Funky, Tamar and Mendeecees were together all night, conveniently avoiding the cameras. But once the cameras stopped rolling, they were all over each other, right in front of him.
All I was asking was for you to go back to your stories and put, Funky Dineva didn't do anything to me, guys. I was resting. I should have said something earlier. That was all you had to do, and it could have been done with on my end. Even in this very moment, that was all you had to do, and it could have been done.
He also claimed they were making out in the car on the way to her house, not even trying to hide it anymore.
I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house. Because after her and Mendeecees got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing. Okay? And the shit made me damn uncomfortable.
And wait, there's more. Funky said there was a third man involved. And according to Tamar's own version of events, this third person is supposedly the one who found her unconscious.
If anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mendeecees and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was f***ing your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendeecees and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you.
So now people are putting two and two together and coming up with a whole lot of speculation. Social media went feral with theories. Some people believe something freaky may have happened between Tamar, Mendeecees, and this mystery third man. Maybe things went too far. Maybe something went left. Some even claim Mendeecees attacked her. But that part has not been confirmed. The only people who truly know what happened that night are Mendeecees and that third man, and neither of them have spoken.
And I knew that this is how you was gonna play it. So now we finna take it all the way back to the very beginning. I knew this was how you was gonna play it. And let's be very clear here. If y'all remember when the situation first broke and about the whole mouth stuff, and I said, and the only reason you dropped that video is because, and I said, I ain't gonna do it to you. Y'all remember that? I said, and the only reason you dropped that music video real quick like this was because, and I said, I ain't even gonna do it. The reason you dropped that music video as quickly as you did is because people had spotted y'all ass, okay? Inappropriate relationship. Well, you tell me, Tamar, if it's appropriate or inappropriate, where we're sitting at Roof Chris and he's rubbing in between your thighs, in between your dress.
A lot of people are saying Funky sounds fed up, and honestly, he does. He sounds tired, done, and no longer willing to protect anyone. And let's be real. This isn't the first time Tamar's name has been tied to rumors involving someone else's husband. Remember the whispers about Jermaine Dupree's father. Some believe this explains why Tamar has been trying so hard to make Funky the villain. Because if he's the bad guy, she gets to be the victim, and victims don't get questioned. But Funky said, not today.
About the whole thing was the fact that you don't get to go around and create media shitstorms that involve other people without their permission. That whole, my teeth fell out, and I don't know what happened. Tamar, like, sis. And then you had that Spanish lady make that video down in Miami lying. There is nobody who had the amount of mouth trauma that you had that healed that quickly.
So the question is, did Tamar and Mendeecees actually have something going on? Was there a secret link-up that went wrong? Or did Funky misread what he saw that night and jump to conclusions? Because right now it's looking very suspicious.
Tamar, you gonna sit up in my face? You gonna sit up in my face with your three faces and tell me that you and Mendeecees did not have a conversation at that table in Roof Chris about him putting out a statement about him and Yandy not being together no more? We really gonna do that? and he said he did a version of the letter on Chat GPT. And then you started laughing back and was like, no, you gotta go back and rewrite it to kind of make it sound like it's you. We gonna say that didn't happen? We gonna say that didn't happen? We gonna sit up here and say, after he was digging in between your thighs at that roof, Chris, and he got up and went to the bathroom, that the conversation was, y'all, I can't. He just my friend. He just my friend. I can't. I mean, and then I said, Tamar, ain't he married? He ain't married. They not married. They just do that for the show. They not married. That's what we gonna.
Tamar's story keeps changing. She won't clear Funky's name. She lied about knowing Mendeecees. And instead of just telling the truth, she's threatening lawsuits. Meanwhile, Funky is sitting there calm, collected, holding receipts, and completely unafraid of court. Oh, I'm turning this over to you. Who do you believe, Tamar or Funky? Do you think there's more to this story that we don't know yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're here for the mess, the tea, and the drama, go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned, because this story is far from over. All right, baddies, that's all I've got for today. Stay messy, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, baddies. Kiss mark.